In this video, I'm going to show how to use Quick Start to integrate Cloud Lifecycle Management, that is CLM, with your existing Amazon Web Services account in a matter of minutes. When we are done, end users will be able to request EC2 instances out of CLM's self-service catalog, and IT will be able to retain control of the resources that their company is provisioning in Amazon Web Services. To perform a procedure like the one I'm going to demonstrate, you'll need certain information related to an AWS account. You will need your AWS access key, which can come from either the AWS root account or an IAM user. AWS recommends you use an IAM user. Here is a screenshot showing where you can obtain this information within an Amazon account. You'll need an Amazon machine image, that is an AMI. You can use an existing AMI, but to make full use of CLM's capabilities, the AMI should have an embedded RCD agent. Also, you'll need to log on to CLM as the cloud administrator. For a full list of all the information required for Quick Start, see the help for BMC Cloud Lifecycle Management. To get started, I launched CLM, the administration console. Then I open Quick Start. This is the new interface for Quick Start, introduced in version 4.0. If you want to use the old interface for Quick Start, click See All. The old and the new interface produce the same results. For this demo, I'm going to use the new interface. To return there, I click Home. To start the Quick Start process, I select New Amazon Setup. I enter a name for the Amazon account user. I enter the unique identifier for the AWS account. And I enter the digital signature generated from a secret access key for the AWS account. Consult Amazon documentation for more information about obtaining access key information. Then I click Next. The Amazon Environments page opens. The account name is already filled in. CLM supports provisioning into either Amazon EC2 availability zones or Amazon Virtual Private Clouds, VPCs. In this example, for Amazon Web Service, I'm going to select EC2. For Amazon region, I select US East, and for availability zone or VPC, I select where in AWS I want to generate a virtual machine. For this, I'm going to select US East. Click Next. On the Tag Networks page, enter a network alias. This name becomes the tag that is applied to this network in CLM. I enter Web Network. Click Next. On the Amazon Service Offerings page, I enter a service name, and a description. I select the environment we created earlier. I select a network associated with that environment. For AMI type, I select Owned. For AMI, I select the AMI I need. If you selected Public in the previous option, you don't get a drop-down for AMI because there are thousands of them available. In this case, I select an AMI that has an RSCD agent already embedded. For key pair name, you can enter any name. You pick a size. I take micro. I select Request Elastic to allocate a public IP address to the VM that we're going to create. and I select Include EC2 instance type options to indicate that the service offering should include out-of-the-box options that allow end users to specify the type of instance, such as micro, small, medium, etc. I enter a price per month, and I click Next. Quick Start is now creating a service blueprint, a service offering, a requestable offering, onboarding templates, and other actions. When it's done, it displays a summary page. You can review the summary page and then click Finished. Now we're going to create tenants and users. I click New Tenant and User. I enter a name and a location. I select an environment, in this case the environment to which this tenant is entitled. This is the environment we created earlier. I select the service offering to which the tenant is entitled. Again, this is the service we created earlier, and I click Next. Quick Start is creating the tenant, mapping the tenant to the container and the service offering, applying tags so the policies line up, and creating locations. Now we provide user information. I enter the first name of a user and a last name, the login name, password, confirm the password. The role is Cloud End User. Click Next. A summary page appears and you click Finished. Now I'm going to log in as the new user we just created. Go to My Cloud Services console. Click the Service Catalog tab. Select the service we created earlier. And you see we have the option to choose an instance size. I select Micro and click Next. A prefix is required. A prefix is used to assign a name to the VM when it is provisioned. I enter a username and strong password. This is the username of the administrator on the VM that is being created. Click Next. You're now ready to submit a request for provisioning a VM. I'm going to submit the request. And you can see the open requests you have made. A few minutes later, I check to see if there are any open requests. There are not. Now I go to Amazon Web Services, select Instances, and there is the VM I have successfully provisioned.